Today we'll discuss about length of open belt drive. That means what should be the length of the belt over a open belt drive. Obviously that depends upon the center distance of the two shafts and the diameter of the pulleys. So let us consider an open belt drive. Suppose this is the driver pulley and this is the driver shaft, and this one is your driven pulley and this is the driven shaft. Now the power is transmitted from the driver to the driven through belt drive. So whenever you draw the belt drive, you have to take some precautions in order to show the angle of lap or angle of contact of the belt. So here let us consider the belt leaves the driver pulley. This one is the driver and this one is the driven, okay, at point E. Okay, the belt leaves the driver pulley at point E and it again touches the driven pulley at point F. Okay, and what should be the angle? Let this angle is your alpha. So it is assumption that if here the angle is alpha, then here also it will touches the driven pulley at an same angle, that is your alpha. So similarly here also we are taking the same angle, that is your alpha, and here also this will be the same angle. And let these points are, suppose G, and this point is your H. Okay, now the question is that why this point F is here, it is not here? Because this is the bigger one. Okay, this is the bigger pulley. If the size of the driver pulley increases, then this point will shifted to right hand side. Okay, that means here, like that. Okay, remember that. So this is a common fundamental. Now let us consider the center distance between these two pulley. Suppose this is O1 and this is O2, that is your X. The center distance between the two pulleys, that is your X. Here I am just giving a name, that is J, and here it is K, and both are rotating in a clockwise manner. Let us consider here the radius of your driver pulley, that is your R1, and the radius of the driven pulley, that is your R2. Okay, so these are the first thing that you have to draw in order to find out the length of the belt. Now some geometries are required in order to find out the what is the total length of the belt in an open belt drive. Like here the length of the belt that can be found, so you can take the length EF, the arc FKH, then again the length that is your from G to H, okay, then the arc GJE. Okay, if you add all these lengths, then you can find out the length of the belt. Okay, so what you have to do in to find out the length, some geometries are required here. Let us draw a line parallel to EF, okay, and perpendicular to O1E. So like that you have to draw a parallel line, okay, and here name it, this is right angle, and here its name, you can give a name, that is your M, okay. So little consideration will show that if this angle is your alpha, then what should be this angle? This is your 90 degree minus alpha, because this total angle is your 90 degree. This total angle is your 90 degree, okay. So if this is 90 minus alpha, now in this right angle triangle, this is also a O1 M O2, this is right angle triangle, and here M O1 O2 is a 90 minus alpha, and O1 M O2 is 90 degree. So what should be this angle? This is obviously your alpha, okay. So keep it in your mind that if this angle is alpha, if we draw a line parallel to EF, then this angle must be alpha in case of a open belt drive. So what are the consideration that we have already taken? That is R1, R2, okay, alpha, X is the distance between the center of the two pulleys. Now another consideration, that is L. Let L be the total length of the belt, okay. So now from the geometry of the figure, we can say that this length L is equal to, we can write L is equal to arc GJE, arc GJE plus EF plus arc FKH plus HG. So this will be the length of the belt. Now we have to find out this individual element. That means what is arc GJE, what is EF, what is arc FKH, and what is HG. So in order to find out, we can also reduce it in a form, that is your, we can also write 2 whole into arc J plus EF plus arc FK. That means we are only taking this portion and multiply it with 2. That is same if you only take this portion and multiply it 2, because this portion is equal to this portion, yes or no? So arc JE plus EF plus arc FK, okay. So from the geometry of the figure, we can write sin alpha is equal to, that means here this sin alpha is equal to, if you consider the triangle O1 O2 M, if you consider this triangle, then sin alpha is equal to, that is your P by H, that is your O1M by O1 O2 O1M by O1 O2, okay. Or we can write this O1M, that is equal to O1E minus EM divided by O1 O2. You can just see O1E minus EM, that is equal to your O1M. Okay, just see the figure. Then we can write, so what is O1E? O1E is equal to, obviously that is your R1. What is EM? What is EM? EM is drawn parallel. Okay, it is also parallel to your O2F. So that is equal to your R2 divided by what is O1 and 2, that is center distance. So you can write X. Okay, so let it your equation number 1. Since alpha is very small, so this is one assumption. By considering alpha is very small, therefore putting or considering sin alpha is equal to simply alpha, that is alpha in terms of radian. Okay, so that is equal to R1 minus R2 by X. So this is a consideration that we are taking this angle is very small, that is sin alpha, and sin alpha is equal to, that means that is your alpha radian. So R1 minus R2 is equal to divided by X. Okay, so let it equation number 2. Now let us find out the arcs, that is your arc J, the first element, that is your arc JE. Okay, so now we can write arc JE is equal to, so JE, that is your R theta. Yes or no? JE, that is your R theta. So what is that value? So that is your R1, because the radius is R1, and what is theta? That is your pi by 2 plus alpha. Pi by 2 plus alpha, because from here to here this is your pi by 2 and this is your alpha and radian. Okay, I am not writing 90 degree because pi by 2 in terms of radian, so alpha is also in terms of radian. So that is equation number 3. Similarly, I can write arc FK. Arc FK, that means this one. This is how much? So arc FK is equal to R2. So here this angle is a 90 degree. So here you can write pi by 2 minus alpha, because FK is from here, so neglecting this alpha angle. So pi by 2 minus alpha. So let it equation number 4. Okay, so we have already found out your JE, we have already found out FK. Now you have to find out EF. So EF is equal to EF is equal to, that is equal to O2M also. Yes or no? So what is the value of O2M in triangle O1 O2M? So we can write O2M is equal to O1 O2 square minus O1 M square root over O1 O2 square minus O1 M square root over, or we can write that is equal to x square minus x square minus R1 minus R2 square root over, because O1M, that is equal to, we have already know that is your O1E minus EM, so that is your R1 minus R2 square, or we can write here taking common, taking x outside, that is equal to 1 minus R1 minus R2 by x square. Okay, so here we are getting this equation. So here there is a mathematical application, which is, now we have to, what we have to do, expanding the above equation equation by binomial theorem. So this is the application, mathematical application. So you can write here EF. So expanding this one, that is you can write x, okay, 1 minus 1 by 2 r1 minus r2 by x square. So this is from your binomial expansion, from binomial theorem. We can expand this, so nothing to do with that, because this is the mathematical expression, and we can expand it in this manner. So here you can write x minus r1 minus r2 square divided by 2x. Related equation number 5. Now substituting the values of arc J, arc FK and EF in equation number if we can get here, so that is equal to L is equal to 2 r1 pi by 2 plus alpha plus this is your EF x minus r1 minus r2 square divided by 2x plus r2 pi by 2 minus alpha. So here we can get these values. By putting these values we can get this expression. So now we can simplify this, that is your r1 into pi by 2 plus r1 into alpha plus x minus r1 minus r2 square divided by 2x plus r2 into pi by 2 r2 into pi by 2 minus r2 minus r2 into alpha. Okay, so here we can write that is equal to 2 pi by 2 taking common, so r1 plus r2 plus alpha, by taking alpha common, so r1 minus r2 plus x minus r1 minus r2 square divided by 2x. Nothing but this is only the simplification. That means I have taken alpha term at one place and pi by 2 terms at one place. So here you can get L is equal to, so 2 cancelled out, so that is your pi r1 plus r2 plus 2 alpha r1 minus r2, okay, plus 2x minus r1 minus r2 square by x. Okay, so you can get this one, this form. Related equation number 6. Now if I put the value of alpha from equation number 2, if I am putting here the value of alpha, so we can write substituting the value of alpha from equation number 2. So what should be the equation? So L is equal to pi r1 plus r2 plus 2 into, so that is our alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 by X, okay, into R1 minus R2 plus 2x minus R1 minus R2 square by X. Okay, so you can write pi R1 plus R2 plus 2 R1 minus R2 square divided by X plus 2x minus R1 R2 square by X. So here you can write pi R1 plus R2 plus 2x, and here from this term we can subtract this term, so we can get simply R1 minus R2 square by X. Okay, so what is our final expression? That is L is equal to pi R1 plus R2 plus 2x plus R1 minus R2 square by X. So this is in terms of Pauli radii. That means here you can express it in terms of radius, or you can also express it in terms of diameter also. That is pi by 2. So d1 plus d2 plus 2x plus d1 minus d2 square divided by 4x. Okay, so this is in terms of pulley diameters. So hope you will understand this derivation in order to find out the length of the belt, and similarly you can also find out the length of a crossed belt drive. Okay, so this is all about the discussion that we have today. Okay, thank you.